Alrighty, okay. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. One second. Sorry. I didn't start my stream. I didn't start my stream prepared. Well, I was prepared, but stuff happens. Stuff happens that makes you very ill prepared. Yes. Yes. Pikmin. Turn this off. Turn it off. There you go. Pikmin. Okay, hello everybody. It is your host as always. Oh, wait, hold on. He's exploring. He's getting fancy with it. Wait, hello everybody. It is your host as always. It is your boy. My controllers. I thought my controller was broken. It's your boy, that goofy floating companion VTuber. It's your boy Senjo. And today I am finally, for some, they're jumping out of their seat in joy because I'm not playing Uma Musume. I am slowly transitioning towards variety once again. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to play any Uma ever. It just means that the amount of Uma I'm playing is probably going to be a wee bit less, is all. Now that being said, where the hell oh, I remember. I don't actually stand here for these games. I go up here. I haven't had to use this in a long time. Oh my god. I love cam, dude. I'm like a real streamer now. Hey my god, he's in a camera. But is he in a camera? If you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I left this game very, very vastly unfinished. Except I only have one more level, so am I really unfinished? Pikmin 1 is a lot shorter than I remember it, but I only have 12 days, so... The Distant Spring, the last level. Do I remember this? Dude, look at that water, man. I don't know what it is about old games and water, but like, I just think old games water looks cooler. Some people will say that looks like goddamn gelatin and they don't like it, but I don't know. I'm kind of a fan. I'm kind of a... I think that looks more... You know, I'm not a graphics head, first of all. Let me get things straight here. I'm no graphics snob. I am very okay with playing video games that have, you know, middle of the pack graphics. And I see the freaking water right there, and I'm like, you know what? That water looks like $1 million bucks. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I've always liked old school games water. $1 million. Okay. This is gonna be a blue Pikmin day, isn't it? Holy moly, who are you? Do I need yellow for you? Oh my god, wait, this place is scary. Can I... I probably can't... Oh, get over here! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's on us. He's in the base. Red Spy is in the base. Why is he backing up? Oh my god, get over here. Oosh. Oh, what? Dude, what is this? What is this? Is he... I don't even know. I don't know this enemy. And my blue guys are very struggling right now. Hold on. Okay, give me 10 blue guys. Give me a little nice battalion of blue to a little strike force, if you know what I mean. They call them the Suicide Squad. Hold on, I have to explore this area. This is the last area. I have no idea what's happening. I'm kind of lost in the sauce. Get him! Oh, watch out! Hello? They're stunned. They're stunned. Oh my freaking god. Stop. Oh, he's going down! Get him! Oh, there we go. Okay. Ooh! A nice plethora of blue and blue and yellow. No, son of a gun. It makes it. See, in this game they made it weird. In this game, you gotta they gotta be in line. Okay, go. You guys go. I need the blue guys to go grab this one. A majority of blue, please, and then yellows can take this one. Get the heck out of here, guys. And I need some honey. Okay, we're gonna need, damn, dude. We're gonna need reds. We need a little strike squadron here, I truly do. A little armada, if you will. Okay, so for yellow, let's take out a nice squad of 25. Let's get majority red in here, because red are the beasts. These are my foot soldiers right here. They stand on the front line. Let's get 35 of them, and then we'll fill out the rest with blues. We're gonna leave those guys we're gonna leave these guys in the ground so they can sprout flower and be strong. You son of a gun. 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 This is too much to worry about right now. No, you... Oh, stupid. Oh my god. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Oh, it's a goddamn mess. Oh my god, he's having a snack! He's having a whole snack. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Get over here. Oh, these guys are stupid. Critical him. Critical him. Nice, nice, nice. Oh my god. Jesus, man. I don't even know how many people we're losing. Oh, that's a lot of honey. That's a lot of freaking honey, baby. Oh yeah, this last level is gonna be a real pain. I could tell. Yeah, I guess we should just build this bridge. Where's that even gonna take us? Guys? Don't go in the pit. Don't freaking go in the pit, guys. Get over here. Can I get it? Can I even get up there? I don't think I don't. Oh, there was grass right there the whole time? Oh, no way. I didn't even see it. It blended in with the GameCube graphics. It's too dangerous to go over there without. Okay. This is where we gotta take these guys out. Hold on. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh, shoot! There we go. Man enough, please? No more min? No more man? No mans. Hello there, Giga Gamer. Get him. Oh, he's having a goddamn snack. Oh, he missed! Oh, 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 oh! Wait, no. Reds, get in there! Oh, not the feet! Oh, shoot. Oh, get owned! This guy stays dead, right? I hope he does. Oh! Please? Oh, I missed. No. Oh my god, I'm sad. Oh, dude, I lost him. Who do I need? Red? I think. Oh, there. How you doing? How you doing this fine? How you doing this fine morning, afternoon, evening? Alright, build me my bridge. Thank you. Is that a dinosaur? Min enough. I'll come back over here. Damn, this first level's got me messed up. You're doing better than I am. I'm doing just dandy. I don't know where you're getting that impression from. You lose a few men, you resurrect them. It's all good. It's all good. I might lose a whole 100 Pikmin. There ain't no worse feeling than losing a whole 100 Pikmin, but it's kind of just business. Oh no, don't go over there. I don't want to sprout. Okay. How do I go about this? I'm gonna get rid of the. Let's go clear the water first. How do I do the map again? There you go. It's a freaking dude, man. They don't make sound effects like they used to. They just don't. I'm old school. They don't make sound effects like they used to. This is just because they used to like be so creative, dude. They go to like their car and they like have the exhaust turn on or something like that. I saw a video on like a specific sound effect. I saw a video on a specific sound effect. I forgot exactly what sound effect it was, but like they would just do cool stuff. Why do I gotta be old school? Okay. You're not being particularly fun to chat to. Why are you judging everything I say? Watch out, frog. Oh! Oh, no, no. Ah. Okay, only send like 3. Only send like 3. They're just getting smoked. This is going to take a long time, but... Unrelated. Obviously not talking about Uma long. You could talk about whatever. We could talk about whatever we want. I obviously still like Uma. What's going on, What's going on, Fox? How's it hanging? How's it going? How's the Wednesday? Man, we could talk about you. Uma's still a big thing around here, you know. I'm not distancing myself from Uma Musume. It's just sometimes I might not stream it, you know, as much as I used to. That's all. Obviously not talking Uma long. Wanted to let me know that you won your Group A finals. Brian made a sprint from 4th to from 4th to 5th. Oh my goodness me, from 4th to 1st with 200 meters left to go. It was a race I would have liked. Half a length, not good enough. It's the nose or neck. Nose, neck, or head. Too much domination. Too much domination there. I'm looking for high stakes and high stress. No, that is good. Congratulations. Congratulations on your 110 pull. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I'm just a little tired today. I didn't get good sleep, which sucked. So it's all good. But I do mean that. I mean it as much as somebody who doesn't care about PvP can mean it. Congratulations. I seem like I could be a Pikmin gaming master. Oh! He does all that damage to one little tadpole? It was hype, I didn't see. You know, I'll take your word for it, bro. I'll take your word for it. You're right. I wasn't there. The only race I've been there for is the RM Makina in 2012. So honestly, you're probably right. Because I apparently recreated the RM Makina in 2012 in one of my shorts, you know, so that's the only race I can say I've been there for, so I just have to take your word for it. I said that Brian just shillayed them. Your club was hyping you up this morning. It looks like you're their ace. How did you join your club? Like, does your club have an active chat room? Because mine is like, mine that I'm in, I kind of snuck in there, you know? I mentioned this before. I'm like Solid Snake. I freaking, it was like one of those clubs that's like, what is it? Request to join, right? And, I wasn't planning on joining like a club for the sake of like borrowing stuff. I just wanted to join a club so I could start farming those points for the McQueen card, you know? And I essentially snuck my way into like a kind of like semi try-hard club in a way, you know? So it's like, I don't know if there's, I don't know. I couldn't call them whales, but I could tell they've done a little swiping, you know? I could tell they've done a little swiping. So I feel like I don't belong in there. Like I literally feel like I'm the mole in the office, bro. I'm secret agent. I'm secret agent Big Smoke. I don't know, dude. So, Basically, the point I'm trying to make is that, like, I feel like if I was in an actual club with casual people, it would be a lot more jovial. But since I kind of just, like, slithered my way in there, we're all just, like, requesting shoes. That's it. Everybody in there seems to be on the same page. We're only here to get our club points up. And it's just business. That's what it feels like. It's freaking... It's kind of weird, but like I kind of like it because we all know it. I feel like we all know it's business, so I don't know. So you joined your club randomly. It has some actives. You can tell everyone is super. You can tell everyone is super casual, so it's nice. You want to join my club, but I'm confident you'll get less monthly rewards in the end. I don't even know, like, my, is that club rank? Like, I you know, I don't really, I try not to care about, like, borrowing people's, like, super good cards and stuff like that. Well, honestly, see, actually, I'm okay with borrowing people's super good cards. I'm just not okay with borrowing Kita-san. And everyone has frickin' Kita-san on their stupid featured cards, so it's like, anyways, that's a whole different story. But the point I was trying to make is that I don't even know like what rank my club is. How do you even look at that? I don't, like, I didn't even know there was monthly rewards like that. You get more rewards from the club rank? Oh. Yeah, I'm just there to farm points by giving people free shoes, you know? That's the only reason I joined the club. So I could, that's the only reason I wanted to join a club with a lot of people. Is so I could be like, you guys need some shoes? You guys need some shoes? Like Twinkie from freaking Tokyo Drift. That's a reference that you guys might not get, but... I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. I do know there's discount for the Umas. I've seen that. Because I do follow people in the club that don't have Kita as their card. Because I need not Kita for my builds. Because you know. Yeah, I've been through this whole spiel before, but I refuse to use a maxed Kita. I won't use a maxed one. I'll use my jabroni Kita. Just so I could, because you know the streets were saying Kita's not worth if you only have one. Well, guess what? That makes me want to use it even more. I'm a little petty. I don't deny it. I'm not in denial. Anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, I do know that I do know about the Uma discount, the guest discount. I do use guests on occasion. I'm not against using guests. But yeah, anyways, long story short, that is good to hear, man. Congratulations on your CM victory. Just wanted to let you know about the win since I gave you the sick motivation yesterday. Well, when you told me you were doing it for the club, that's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. You did it for something other than the rewards. You did it for something other than self. It brought a goddamn tear to my eye. It really did. So, you deserved it, man. You deserved it. I can casually chat while I wait for my Pikmin to build me this bridge. But yeah, I'm looking forward to streaming on Friday. I wanna play the Air Groove event, even if it's just like story. I want to react to the story. That's what I do normally in like ZZZ. I do some actual content of whatever the game has to offer instead of just like, I don't know. I've said this before, but I don't feel like farming for Umas is good content. I think it's short-term content. And okay, hold on. I should also say I don't like using the word content. I don't know why. My brain's on autopilot. I just don't think farming for Umas is good entertainment. I think it is. I think it's short-term entertainment at the end of the day. Like, people will like get tired of it eventually. So it's like, what I think good entertainment is though is like the story and stuff like that, and like kind of reacting to it and stuff like that. So that's this air group event. I'm looking forward to, because it's gonna be more of what I usually do when it comes to gacha games. I like playing the stories. I just like seeing what the new cool event is. Which is why I'm hoping we get a new scenario at some point. I mean, obviously we're gonna get a new scenario at some point where it's like not the Ura finale, but we had this whole conversation about fast tracking yesterday, but if there's only one thing I'm looking forward to when it comes to the fast tracking, it is a new scenario. That would be kind of sick. That would be kinda toy. All right. Are these guys flower mode yet? No, they're not. Oh, they're sprouting buds. Hey, bud. Dude, there's so many fire bulbs here. Alright. This is the last level of the game, so it's gonna be hard. I might as well start clearing some of these enemies out. Let's get scratching. Oh, these guys haven't returned yet. Can I do a pirouette? You know, never mind. Alright, let's clear out this zone. Oh, dude. They're like... Oh, there's 3 of them? Oh my freaking god. Okay. I'd be careful because the water is over there. Insta-kill! Oh, he's having a snack. Oh, don't do that. Don't throw it right in his face. No, dude. Oh, I didn't even check how many I lost yesterday. I must have lost like 1 billion. Oh! Damn. Go. There we go. Get him! Yeah! Huh. Fancy seeing you here, alpaca. Fancy seeing you here. How's it going, dude? How's the well, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Damn, I am tired today. I slept so bad today. It was, ugh. You thought a lot about what I said regarding my gaming background and competitive mindset coming from FPS. You come from a TCG background, so losing to wallets or RNG is more natural to you. Ah, yeah. See, it all depends on where you come from. You know, it's super important. Like, you know, I just, you know, that's why I have the mentality that I do. But yeah, knowing that background is like, makes a lot more sense, like why you engage with the PvP. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised even if you didn't have that kind of background, because most people like to participate in sports or like how do I say this? Most people would like to participate, but they don't always like believe they can. Like when you see somebody playing basketball on the street or something like that. So it's like everybody has their outlet somehow. And even if the environment is not exactly like perfectly competitive, people will still accept it. So it's just like that's how people feel about Uma Musume Gacha. That's how I'd like to think. Or that's how people feel about Uma Musume PvP is how I imagine it is, because I mean, not everybody wants to play FPS, you know, so. Hold on, I gotta kill this frog real quick. I will read everything that has been spoken in the last 5 seconds after I kill this frog. Damn it, this really does have last level vibes. I gotta clear out all these jabronis. Get up! Ah, he's dead. Oh shoot! That is a very rotund frog. You know the lore of Pikmin is that the world got devastated by like radiation, and like this is essentially like post-apocalyptic Earth, kinda. That's a theory. That's a game theory. He retired. You're a little irritated, but such is the nature of classes run by grad students. How are you? Doing good. You know me. You know me. I'm always doing good. I just, you know, haven't spoke to Alpaca in a while because he's not exactly an Uma Pyoy fan. But that's all right. I don't want people to watch the stream if they're not going to enjoy themselves, you know, so. And I have been playing a lot of Uma Musume. Planning to mitigate the variance of RNG in your matches as part of the process. I mean, I hear you, but like, when it comes to Taurus Cup, there is literally nothing in your control. Like, you can't even control the mood. You can't use Sundays. Sorry, I call them Sundays. I know they're parfaits, but you can't use Sundays. You get random mood. And then you have to deal with like training RNG. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of RNG competitive things. I love chess, if that gives you a insight on another insight on like how I think. Like, I love chess because it's all your decisions, and your decisions, you have to accept your consequences. Accepting RNG in a competitive format is a little hard for me. I think that's stupid. It's also a reason I've never liked Hearthstone as like a competitive game. Back when Hearthstone was poppin'. That might be a little too old school, but back when Hearthstone was poppin', it never really. I mean, card games are obviously competitive. Don't get me wrong. It's not for me. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Clearly anything can be turned into some form of competitiveness. It's just that, everybody has their own preferences of what they like, and their reasons for liking it. So yeah, just for me, it's like, yeah, I can't get behind. I can get behind a certain amount of RNG, but ultimately, first of all, it's not even just the RNG. It's the money. It's like you're not losing to skill, you're losing to wallets. And then second of all, it's like, yeah, like the amount of RNG they use in Uma is a little too much for me to even like consider it competitive. But that's just my opinion. Damn, this level, we're gonna use up all of our days. The game ends on 30 days, by the way, for these of you guys that don't know how Pikmin 1 works. It's a time-based thing, but if I don't have enough ship parts by the time day 30 reaches, we are dead. Olimar will die, and there will never be a Pikmin 2. It'll be a truly sad experience. Same things make us laugh, make us cry. Alright, we're gonna chill here for a sec, though. We're just clearing out enemies, because I guess we have to. That is a very rotund frog. You're the guy who understands what is strong or meta, but you made a habit of coming to your own conclusions on whether a card is good or going against the grain to try and enforce. And I understand what's good in the game too. I don't like to make uninformed decisions, you know? I can sit here and, you know, have my own opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, where it's like, you know, I just don't want to engage in the PvP at all, and I don't have to learn about it, but I've learned. I understand what you need to do to make good PvP Umas. I just don't want to do it. I just don't think it'd be very fun. You know, I wouldn't enjoy the journey. And I think it's something people forget about all the time is like, are you going to enjoy the middle part? No one really thinks about the middle part. They see the glitz and the glamour. They see the free carrots at the end, and they think that's what they, you know, obviously everybody wants the rewards, but like, are you going to enjoy that process? And I just know for me, I'm not going to, you know? So. Alright, well. You are not a very fun person to chat with, Giga Gamer, so just... You've only annoyed me since you got here, so honestly, just... You can go watch someone else's stream. I don't deal with that. You did not... You acquired very little Senjo credit. You don't get the vibe around here, so it's fine. Just move along. We don't gotta talk. I don't gotta talk to you. I don't gotta read your chats. Literally 1984. Me? What did I do? Look, some people get the vibe around here and some people don't. And I'm okay with that. Let me see. All your talk about cards, you're referring to Magic and your other TCGs. Variants and Uma is an entirely different story. I mean, I can draw the comparisons though. I can draw the comparisons though, because like you know you do have to essentially gacha. Not, you know, you wouldn't use the gacha term, but you know, you are buying packs from Target, Walmart, wherever, right? And you're hoping to get specific cards, so it's the same kind of idea. It's not exactly too off the mark. I might have been only specifically talking about Uma, but you can easily draw the comparisons, I feel like. Your favorite memory in TCG was when you were discussing a card you threw in your control list that was a garbage card with no use cases. You beat him 2-0 because of that card, and all he did was call you lucky. Now, yeah, see, I love games like that. See, Uma has cards, but they're not like those kind of cards. Like those kind of cards, it's like you are building your personality. I'm all about like skill expression via personality. And you were able to do that. It might not have been optimal, like, you know, it might not have been the reviewer's choice. You know, 191 players said this card sucked out of 200, and then the other 10 were like, no, you know, it's not that bad. You opened your third eye, and that's what I like. In Uma Musume, you can't really do that. It seems like that's not really a thing as of yet, though. Let me explain, you know, like everybody's using the same characters in their PvP. It's all, everybody was like, build a gold ship. Everybody's saying now, build a Machikane Fukukitaru. So it's like, that's boring, bro. Like, you think, like, that's lame as hell. Like, we gotta make it like a real horse race, bro, where it's like, there's hella horses on the field, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's another reason that the PvP especially is like not interesting to me, because everybody does the same build. It's like I'm not, am I playing Call of Duty, you know? Am I gonna build the same gun as everybody? Like in Call of Duty I'll do it, but like in Uma? You know, I'm not that inspired to play that kind of game, you know? But like if I was able to do stuff with my own Uma, then like, and you know, obviously I could. Don't get me wrong, like, there's nothing stopping me. It's just that, there's nothing stopping me. It's just that, it's like, what the hell? Ato? What's going on, dude? Haven't seen you around. Haven't even seen you around Soko's stream. Let me see. You're gonna get arrested by the Thought Police. Central 48 when he comes back from sabbatical for crimes against the state. No, Soko's, she's not on right now. I'm just saying, like, you know, she's been streaming she's been streaming Resident Evil, and I'm a big Resident Evil guy, so haven't seen you around for those. At least not when I was there. So, but no, she's not on right now. I was just saying, because, you know. Let me see. That mentality is no different than someone looking up the last Pro Tour results and building the exact same list that won the tournament opposed to your own list. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I do think card games are cool. It's just like, you know, since we're specifically talking about Uma, it's a little different, but you know, it's not exactly like a card game where you can express yourself, because you're just expressing your stats, you know, and the only thing the cards are doing is helping you get said stats, which everybody, you know, it doesn't matter what horse you'll use, you're gonna try and get a certain set of stats, but I don't know. It's just like, I've never viewed, I won't and I never will view gacha as competitive for all those reasons we've mentioned many times before. But yeah, rampant net decking kind of killed the vibe at your local shop. What's net decking? Where they just look up the meta? That's why I'm so against the meta, bro. It ruins the fun. It ruins the fun. In a shooter though, I do play meta, but in like other environments, I don't know, bro. I found my massage machine. How many? 30. I don't have 30. Damn it. I have 29 exact. You gotta be joking me. You got to be freaking kidding me. What else is that guy? What else is the guy gonna do at that point, Fox? Swallow his own ego? You already made him choke on it. That is true. That dude got like a taste of reality when the 5 YouTube videos that he listened to saying that card sucked. They were, you know, he just, I told you, bro. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this yesterday during the Uma stream. People like being told what to do. Not everybody, you know, there's an exception to every rule, but in general, people are okay with being told what to do, and they will regurgitate that information over and over and over, and not, you know, not necessarily think for themselves. So, it's not everybody. You know, I'm gonna preface that right now. It's not everybody. But there's a good chunk of people that are definitely okay with it, so. Why are you guys going this way? Go through the water. You guys are water Pikmin. God damn it. All right, so we're gonna need to... We need to go get an army so we can kill this big guy, because this big guy is gonna kill the rest of my little guys, and all my men are gonna die, and... Rada. And he rotted away. And he rotted away until the very next day. When the duck came up to the lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stand. Alright, we need to get a little small battalion going. It should be good enough. I can't bring a huge army because they're gonna fall in the water. Meta sheeple? I mean, it is true. They're meta slaving, meta sheeps, whatever you want to say. But, and you know, I'll be honest. I don't care who plays like that. You know, I say it again. I'll say it a million times I have to. I don't truly care. What I care about is, like, I think people need to make their own decisions. If that's their decision, more power to them. I could care less. But I think oftentimes people don't make truly informed decisions, and they kind of just listen to whatever people tell them to do. Which is why the whole Kita-san thing pissed me off, where it's just like, do you guys actually want to do this? Like, or are you just listening to the crowd? You know, that's the question that I would have loved to ask people, but I'm no big time gotcha tuber at the end of the day, so. And I don't really intend to be. I just like my 2 gotcha games that I play every few weeks or so. Oh! Oh, she slipped. Oh shoot, watch out for the water, guys. Oh. Okay, hold on. We need to bait out the bite. Bait out the bite. Oh! Oh shoot. Did he get one? Oh, damn. Oh, did he get a huge chunk out of my leg? Wait, drop the bomb on him. Watch out! Oh. Oh, he just... Damn, he really did throw that bomb at him. I dropped a bomb on me. Yeah. Damn, dude, this level is gonna take up all my days. Oh my days, as the British would say. Alpaca, are you excited for Horror Game Friday? Let's see. Now, decking, literally Googling the Pro Tour top 8 and building the exact 60 main. You're excited if you're gonna be able to watch it? Oh, feels bad. My bad, bro. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man. Sorry, that was a song reference. Working hard with his hands. American dream. Do 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 do. You care more when experienced players are telling. You care more when experienced players are telling Newer players that they're playing wrong if they don't follow the crowd. You can say they're misusing resources, but they aren't playing wrong. Exactly. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a freaking game. Which is why I don't really understand treating, you know, just to bring things back to Uma, I don't understand treating gachas competitively, especially the ones that, again, you know, I think PvP in gacha is generally a joke, but, you know, personally, but especially the ones that don't have PvP. Like, I play ZZZ, and there's people that are like, if you don't roll for this character, your account's dead. And there's nothing to compete in, by the way, in ZZZ. There's no, like, leaderboard time trial thing. There's, like, one piece of hard content that gets you, like... It's actually ridiculous. You get one roll, I think. I don't remember. I don't do that piece of content too often, because you know... It's single player, bro. If I don't want to do the hard content, I don't have to, you know, that kind of mindset. So it's like, I think you only get like one roll for it, and it's a pretty decent amount of hard content. So it's like, yeah, people will follow the meta for that one, but it's just like, bro, it's a single player gacha game. Like, for real single player gacha game. There's no competitive aspect to this game at all. I just cannot understand playing optimal in that kind of environment, you know? It's not even like it's a Dark Souls. Like if it's a Dark Souls, for sure. I get it. People don't want to roll against the boss for 50 hours. Not me, though. Alpaca can testify to this. I did Elden Ring no Skidoo. Elden Ring DLC no Skidoo. And if you know anything about Elden Ring... I essentially made the game 1,000 times harder for myself, and I had to roll every attack or I would die in one hit. So, I don't know. Anyways, that was a little bit of ego. Sorry. The ego was talking right there. Anyways, point I was trying to make is that, like, I cannot understand playing a single player game with a guide or anything like that, especially for your first time. You know, second playthrough, get all the hidden stuff you missed. Sure, I don't even care. But like, first time, your first experience, like, you know, I think you're just robbing yourself of a potential good time if you like instantly follow guides or like you want to be the best from the get-go. Like, come on. That's all. So I guess to kind of round it all back to Uma Musume, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's just an ideology difference at this point, because it's like, I'll never take it seriously. Well, never say never. Never say never. I might feel the random urge to want to try for a CM or something. So never say never, but as of right now, and as of, it would need to be a really boring, like, few set of weeks for me to like really care about trying in Uma Musume PvP. Have to be a really slow like month or something. Which, speaking of which, we're not having a slow month or slow anything coming up soon. The new Skate game comes out. The new like multiplayer only Skate game. I'm really interested in it because I always liked Skate. So I am gonna be all about that. I was gonna play the Tony Hawk games. I mentioned it like a few months ago that I was gonna play the new Tony Hawk 3 and 4 that came out, but they kind of ruined it. They didn't. They remade it instead of remastering it, and that upset me. Just leave it as is, man. How did you take out the career mode from Pro Skater 4? I couldn't believe it. I was upset. I was upsetty spaghetti, man. You should be encouraging creativity in a TCG, not following the best players blindly. Creativity is how those lists exist in the first place. Exactly. People forget, bro. People forget. You had to You had to have some big-brained Jimmy Neutron freaking geek. And I mean geek in the nicest way possible. Just come up with the best deck ever. And you know what? He probably feels damn good about it because everybody's using it. That being said, it needs, you know, you need those other people to, you know, also create some magic. And for the lack of a better word, magic. Get it? The card game that you're that you're playing. Oh my god, I'll be here for at least another hour and a half. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With all the meta and guide stuff, it just feels so outdated sometimes. Like, sure, maybe you needed it for NES days on crazy hard or confusing games. But 99% of games can be played, 99% of games can be perfectly enjoyed without without searching for optimality. Is that even a word? But no, yeah. I mean, we're all in agreement. Or we're all essentially saying the same thing, and we're all basically agreeing with each other. It's just that it's something that bothers me in gachas, and you know, Uma naturally is kind of that kind of game, so I can't really fault Uma too hard. It's, oh my god, they're eating my min. What the hell are these? I told you we're in a post-apocalyptic world. What is this? What is that thing? That thing is gross. Oh, is that a clam? Oh, it might just be a clam. Oh, watch out! But yeah. I will still be playing a lot of Uma. I've mentioned this before, and I'll say, you know, I'll say it as many times as I need to. Uma is basically going to be a permanent mainstay on this channel at this point. You know, will I play it as frequently as I have been? Definitely not. It was a hyperfixation. It's if you stick around, if people stick around for Beyond Uma, they'll see that I'll get addicted to something else eventually again. And I'll play that game exclusively for like 2 weeks. It's literally what's happened with Elden Ring, as another example. It happened with Elden Ring. It happened with Tarkov. It's just kind of how it is for me. I'm that kind of gamer where it's like just certain things just speak to me. So, but Uma has made so much of an impact here, and on an impact on my on my personal entertainment in life, that you know, there's no way that I'll ever drop Uma. Just not gonna happen. Speaking of games that I'll never drop and that I'll eventually come back to, Tarkov. Tarkov announced, they officially announced the release date. It's official. Tarkov is coming out of beta. And then BSG the theory is BSG is going to completely abandon the game after this. We'll see what happens, but it's coming out on November 15th. I'm going to be all over that. I'm going to be all over the Tarkov release. It's going to be sick as hell. And Matt, dude, I can see the rotation now. Every other week, Uma. Like at least once or twice a month, I get some ZZZ. We'll have some main staples in here. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, 2 of them are gacha games, and then we get the Tark in there. It's gonna be kind of sick. I think it's gonna be kind of sick personally. It's gonna be kind of freaking epic. What would they do after dropping the game? Move on to Russia 2028? Is that actually a thing? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about what their future projects that they might be interested in. You made the word. If people can make skibidi into a word, I can say optimality. Fair point. Fair point. Absolutely true. Excuse me. I haven't finished my fountain drink. And for those of you wondering, no, that is not a fountain drink. I do not drink that much soda in the morning. It is simply a glass. Not a very tall glass. It is a nice medium-sized glass of Pepsi. Specifically Pepsi. We don't drink Coke around here unless it's all we have. Working hard with his hands. You thought that Russia 2028 was Nikita's real passion? It's a single-player FPS that's supposed to be kind of like Stalker, but more grounded in reality. See, my issue is I don't even know how Stalker works. Is Stalker just like more like... Is Stalker like Fallout? That's the impression I get from Stalker. Stalker's like Fallout, but like super hardcore. Oh, speaking of Fallout, where are my Fallout boys? where are my Fallout boys and girls at, dude? Because Fallout Season 2 is coming out soon. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. I cannot wait. I am kind of fiending for another good show right now. Cause I finished all that Uma, so now I need something else. And I can't wait. I am fiending for that live action Fallout. One of the only good live action video game adaptations, in my humble opinion. You can tell media takes is where we'd have the most friction. I mean, I don't really believe in takes. Like I said, I just think everybody has their own opinion, and I accept it. I don't really believe in objectively talking about shows. I think that's stupid. And everybody likes their shows, you know. There's plenty of shows that I watch that people think are super garbage, and I just don't care. You like what you like, you know. What are you gonna say? You're just gonna not, you know. Not you specifically, but like this is how I think, you know, like you're just not gonna enjoy something because someone tells you not to, you know. Sorry, that's not exactly what you were saying. I don't know, my bad. My head is still like my head is still in the Uma land. I just realized what you're actually saying. My bad. My bad. Hold on there, buddy. What do you think? Well, actually, where's the friction coming from, Mr. Fox? Where is the friction coming from, Six-tailed Fox? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me see where this theoretical friction would be spawning from. You don't think Fallout? You don't think Fallout's a good show? I can accept it. Liking a show doesn't make it good, but just because a show is objectively not great. I don't know. I hate reviewers. You know, I don't know. I just don't think other people's opinions matter, like when it comes to a show. Because, like, I don't know, we all just watch shows differently. I've never really viewed it as, like, something that's that big of a deal either, because it's, like, it just makes common sense to me, like... it just makes common sense to me that like we're not all gonna like the same things. So it's like, and then even though you're speaking like objectively, who made up what's objective? You know, like who made up the objective criteria for what makes a good show? Someone with a subjective opinion that everybody agreed with. So it's like, I don't know. I can't believe that with entertainment, at least. Like, I know there are some things in life that are set in stone, like math, which is why I hate math. I despise math. Math is something that you can't have an opinion on. Anyways, math, my hatred for math aside, like, I don't know, like that's just kind of where I come from. It's like, who made up this objective criteria of what makes a good show? In my opinion, somebody that had a subjective opinion that everybody agreed with. So it's like, I don't know. I can't really agree with reviewers, and I can't really agree with people that make up their own criterias. So it's just like, but that's why I believe everybody should like what they like and not listen to people. You just have to give stuff a try and see if you like it. Well, I think that none of us actually have free will, so you're both wrong. My bad. My bad, Alpaca. No, you right, actually. I gotta bow down to the Overlord right now. Known as Foreign Alpaca. Batman and Robin is trash with Arnold? With Arnold as Mr. Freeze? Dude. They'll say what they will, bro. They'll say what they will. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. The dude made me laugh. And honestly, that's all it takes for me. But I've said this before 1,000 times. I'm an emotionally driven like person who consumes entertainment. I need to be emotionally invested in some fashion. So, you know, I'm not saying like he only made me chuckle and that was enough to make me love that movie, because I like that movie too. But what I mean is, like, it doesn't seem like a serious movie. So it's just like, I mean, it's a freaking hero movie. I know they could be serious sometimes, but it's just like, I don't know. It was like that older time. They had more whimsy. I kind of just accept it for what it is, you know? So, I don't know. Finish the comment before I judge you. Whoa. I'm sensing that friction he's talking about. He might be, you might be getting a little peeved here. I don't think I was judging you. But you're the one that said, and I quote, liking a show doesn't make it good. In my opinion, liking a show makes it good. I think that's all you need to make a show good, is your own opinion. That's what I'm trying to get at. So that's where I'm coming from. Carrying their spoils seem to be milling about in one place. Huh? Wait, who's missing? Oh, I don't know who's missing. Where is he? Oh, that dude's gone. That dude is gone. Sorry, bro. That's the last of the Mohicans right there. He's done. I've never seen that movie. I keep making references. I gotta actually watch it. If I make all those references, I gotta watch it. Yeah, I don't really make... I mean, I'm not really making takes to, like, make hot takes. I'm literally just speaking my opinion, you know? I don't really care if people agree with me or not. It's just that sometimes people end up agreeing with me, but I don't really look for people to agree with me. I just, you know, it's kind of like, that's just how I am. That's the whole point of the Senjo rants, is like, I think people need to be more opinionated, you know? They do. People always want to just regurgitate, like, I think in general, you know? I think in general, people just always want to be on the side that everybody's on, and it's like, I mean, I get it. You don't want to be alone, but I think people need to stand on business sometimes. If that's how you feel, it's how you feel. For certain things. In entertainment especially. I think I hate when it comes to entertainment, like games and stuff, because this is where I come from. I'm mostly, you know, I love gaming and stuff like that. I hate when it comes to games and people just like, dude, those Battlefield people were dogpiling on COD. Man, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Just like appreciate the Battlefield is good and just let it be, bro. I don't know. And then it felt like there were like outsiders, like hella outsiders who have never played a Battlefield in their life, and they're just like, all of a sudden they're bringing back the COD Battlefield rivalry. Like, nah, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's necessary. Just like B&B, bro. I don't want to turn this into something that it's not, because really all my opinions kind of just stem from like what I've seen in like the gaming community. Like, and how I like approach these like topics is all from experience in like the gaming community. So then it just kind of spread to be like my way of thinking for like general media. Like all forms of entertainment. Just so we're all on the same page. I'm not like, you know, honestly, I'm not really trying to convince anybody either, you know. I think the biggest difference between us is that you separate objective and subjective for media. Oh no, exactly. I'm pretty sure I made that really clear. That like, I don't think they should be I don't think there even should be an objective for media, personally. I'll always end it with personally. It's not a filler word. I know people say filler words these days, but I truly mean it. I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm not trying to speak objectively. That's never really my goal as a person. I'm only going to speak from the perspective that I've lived and known. And it's not that my opinion can't be changed. It's just that, yeah, it's gonna be a hard fought battle. I'm not easily swayed. I'm not a very easily swayed individual. Some have called me stubborn, and they would be exactly right. I don't really deny it either. Good shows that don't fit your personal taste, and bad shows you wouldn't recommend because you understand there's something niche about that if it appeals to you personally. Well, that's why I don't recommend shows to people unless I know them. That's what I mean. Like, I don't believe in recommending something to anybody unless you kind of know what they like. It's not possible for everybody, don't get me wrong. We don't have enough time to know everybody and, you know, get to really know people like that. But like, honestly, if I'm talking about shows with people, I'm not talking about shows with people I don't really know well, you know, in my own life experience. I'm talking to my family members, I'm talking to close friends, you know. So like, I kind of understand what they like. I wouldn't recommend some of my friends anime because I don't like anime. It's pretty much essentially along the lines of what you're saying, just in a more general like way of saying it. So, but yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. But like, I don't really think that means it has to be objective. I just think, well, then again, you know, like I said, for me, I don't recommend anything to anybody. I don't recommend anything to anybody unless I know what they like. I'm just not that kind of guy. I don't like, I know what to talk about with who I'm hanging out with, is essentially what I'm trying to say. Which I think everybody deals with in life. Like, you hang out with your anime friends, you hang out with your real life friends who probably don't like anime. You know, everybody has their own subset. You hang out with family members who don't like exactly what you like. So it's like, you know, I don't think this is necessarily an objective thing. I think this is just like, you know, I think this is just literally something that everybody deals with. I think people like it when you can talk about something in general, though. That's what I think you're kind of getting at, though. Which is why everybody recommends Breaking Bad. Because everybody can reasonably talk about Breaking Bad. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter where you're from. Or, like, your origin, I guess. You feel that? Except you're recommending Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy every day, all day. It's like ground zero for taste. Oh, you're gonna be real mad with me. I do not like Lord of the Rings. Now, hold on there. Hold the fingers. Hold the phalanges. I don't like Lord of the Rings because I don't like medieval settings. So I don't like medieval settings in general. All right? It's not a Lord of the Rings thing. It's a medieval settings thing. That's all. That's all. It's not personal. It's not personal. Also, let me ban this bot. Let me ban this Twitch bot. That is personal. We gotta ban these bots out here. I don't like medieval settings so much that I've only played Skyrim once, and I can safely say Skyrim does not even make it anywhere close to my favorite video games of all time. That being said, Skyrim is still a good game. I can see beyond the bias. I do think Skyrim's a good game, but I've only played it once. The whole writing off any fantasy setting thing does kind of annoy you too. What the heck? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all too passionate, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I get passionate too. I can't say that. I can't reasonably say that. Some dude tried to insult my Uma. I was gonna start tossing timeouts left and right. I can't say that. That's I'm just being annoying now. That being said, Alpaca is on the right track. I don't dislike all medieval settings. And I would give Lord of the Rings a try. But this is also something that you'll be curious to know about me. I actually don't like movies in general. I didn't even want to watch the Uma Musume movie. I don't like watching movies because they take a long time. And I don't care how dumb this sounds, this is just how I operate. I would rather watch an hour and a half straight of like anime episodes than a whole movie for an hour and a half. It's just how I operate. I've never enjoyed sitting there and watching a movie. So this is just another in general thing, alright? It's just another in general thing. You know, Lord of the Rings is a movie. And unfortunately, I just don't like really movies like that. What about Freerun? Oh, I'm all about Freerun. Frieren fire. Frieren is fire. But it's also anime. It's not traditional. Like, I don't like Game of Thrones, for example. Anime always gets a little bit of a pass. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I'm biased, but I've never denied I'm biased. I've never denied it. I've said it this entire discussion. I believe you gotta be subjective. I believe you gotta be mostly subjective when it comes to your tastes. So I've never denied it. Frieren is super fire. See, now I don't... This is one thing that I will never accept. You're kind of putting words in my mouth. I didn't say Lord of the Rings was a no. I never exactly said the words no. I said, would I watch it? Probably not, but probably is not a no. And I told you my reasons why, and you just don't seem to be willing to accept. I just don't like movies. I'm not kidding when I didn't want to watch the Uma Musume movie because it was a movie. Did I end up watching it? I did. But I just don't like movies in general. You know, the last movie I watched in a movie theater was Insidious 2. That's how long it's been since I've gone to watch a movie. I really don't like movies. And I don't even like watching movies at home. So there's other factors that are stopping me from watching Lord of the Rings beyond the actual franchise itself. There's nothing, I mean it, there's nothing wrong with the franchise. People got a lot of good things to say about it. You know, as much as I don't really care, you know, if people say, you know, I don't disregard their opinion, you know, they're saying good stuff, so it must, you know, they're saying good stuff for a reason, but it's a movie. I don't want to watch a movie. If they gave me in a nice condensed episodic format, it would be a little bit more encouraging, I'll be honest. It'd be a little bit more encouraging for me, that's all. Shame War of the Shame War of the Rohirrim was not great. Anime Lord of the Rings. Like I said, he just has a thing for anime off-bros. Alpaca, shut up. There you go. You got your daily shut up. Frickin' doofus. It's okay. I've known this guy for about 3 years at this point. 3 years flew by like in a jiffy. Can't believe I've known Alpaca for 3 years. Can't believe he stuck around with me for 3 years. Fist bump. Fist bump. I fist bump him. Even though he pisses me off these days, because he just... That's just what he does. I'll still give him a fist bump. Have I heard a scene of Apothecary Diaries? You're quite the anime enjoyer yourself. Well, yeah, I'd hope you'd be, with as much interest in Uma as you have had. I mean, being interested in Uma doesn't necessarily mean you're interested in anime, but like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing, dude. I'm wasting all these days because we're just chatting, but it's okay. Pikmin's a nice, like, brain off game. See, my brain's off. I said brain off like 5 times. That's how you know the brain is really off. Yeah, I came here to defeat these guys. I know it's my destiny. Hold on, let's drag out the little scrubs. But no, I don't. I've seen Apothecary Diaries, but have not clicked the button yet. You know, I have a huge. Oh, you can't attract them with the whistle in this game. That's annoying. You can do that in Pikmin too. I've seen it on the little catalog, but have not clicked the button yet. No. Honestly, I haven't really watched too much anime since Uma. And before Uma, I wasn't even really watching anime that much. It's, I have my, I mentioned this before when we were talking about the Uma anime on one of the Uma streams, but, every, like, few months or so, I just stop watching, like, any anime. Wait, my dudes are dying. Oh my god. Bro. So, like, I honestly was in that moment of my life where it's like, all right, I'm taking a break from all anime. There's just nothing that really piques my interest right now. But then Uma came out, and then I was like, okay, this is something that'll pique my interest. And then it was like, okay, now I'm done with Uma. I'm kind of going back to that, like, not really watching anything period of time. It's just it's just like a phase. It's a phase that I get with animes. It's just like nothing really interests me. Do I like Mob Psycho? I've seen a few episodes. It's cool. I like my... It's like a little too shonen for me, if I'm being honest. No, never mind. Take back what I just said. I think I watched Mob Psycho when I was in one of my phases. Or it was just like I wasn't really interested in anime at all. So I need to go back to it. I've seen a few episodes though, but and I liked it. I think it was just like a bad like mental time. I was like animed out, you know? Gassed out when it came to anime. So I think I just need to come back to it for Mob Psycho. You're intentionally not watching the Uma anime, although it is not related to the anime itself. You want to avoid influence to pull for Uma. That's smart. That's good resistance. That is good resistance right there. Apothecary Diaries is great. Highly recommend if you are interested in a show with slow developing romance. That is one of my key tropes. I like a good slow burn. I don't really like when... No, I like my fair share of romance animes. Like I mentioned, you know, I'm like the emotionally connected kind of media enjoyer. You know, games, anime has to get me emotionally invested somehow, so, and TV shows, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, one of the easy ways to do that is just simply having a romance story for me. They sucker me in every time. They're not always good, don't get me wrong. I don't get suckered in that easily. But it's a good starting point, is what I'm trying to say. It's definitely a very, very viable starting point for me, is having some good... Actually, you know what I like more? I don't really like the romance. I like the character development and characters developing relationships. It doesn't necessarily have to be romance. I like it, I like shows that have like that like growth arc where it's like they become like they don't it doesn't have to be romance. It could be like two people that hate each other becoming friends. I like that. I like stuff like that. Or like a teacher, what is it? Like not a teacher-student relationship. Like in certain shows where it's like sports animes. That happens in sports animes, or it happens in like a good example is like Naruto. It happens in Naruto. Where it's like, I like the overtime aspect of things. I don't really like... I like good pacing. I'm obsessed with good pacing. So, when things go a little too fast for me, you lose me, bro. You lose me. You lose me. I need the... I don't even need it necessarily to make sense. I just need it... I just need the characters. I need X and Y to, you know, drop their beef, basically. Sorry, I'm not very eloquent, if you couldn't figure that out. I can't describe it in like 1 or 2 words. I gotta give a whole spiel. That's why I do classic Senjo rants. This honestly could quantify as a Senjo rant. It really could. I used to have a whole video series where I'd rant about random things. It wouldn't be entirely random. It'd probably be like Tarkov related or something like that. Anyways, a little off topic, but the problem is that you've only seen a total of 9 anime series, so you only know what's good or bad based on that. That thus Darling in the Franxx is the worst show ever. How did I feel about Darling in the Franxx? I watched it so long ago. I don't really remember. Well, I guess that tells me all I need to know, honestly. If it didn't really stick in my brain, probably wasn't that great. I don't think I remember hating it though. I think it was alright. The true definition of mid. I don't like to use slang. No, that's a lie. I don't like to use new school slang like mid. But if I had to, I would say mid for me. I would say a nice solid 6 out of 10. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. I just kind of middle of the pack for me, really. You'd love Apothecary then? It's deep in the 2nd season, maybe even finished the 2nd season by now, and hearing you talk about your interest reinforces your belief I'd love it. Okay. I'll definitely keep it in the holster. The holster's the holster's not the right word. I'll keep it in the freaking logbook. I have a bunch of I have a whole list, and it's not my anime list. It's literally a real notepad of lists to get to. It's just you know, busy with other things. So I'll get to it. I'll definitely get to it eventually. But I don't want to make any false promises and say that I'm going to watch it like tonight. That's just not true, you know. But I'll definitely get to it. You specifically avoid shonens and isekais. Anime is oversaturated by isekai specifically. I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. It is the most popular type of anime. That being said, I guess I don't specifically avoid them, but I don't really look through isekais, honestly. If one particularly pops off, like ReZero, I freaking love ReZero, then like I'll give it a shot, but otherwise, I definitely would say that I'm more inclined to avoid them more often than not. The only person who benefits from watching Apothecary is you? Is that you trying to convince me to watch it tonight? No, I would. I just, yeah. I don't want to lie to you and say that, you know. I would. I know people say that. Not because they're trying to lie, but, you know, because they're trying to be nice. But, like, I'm just going to be honest with you. Definitely get to it, but probably not anytime soon. But like I mentioned before, I have seen it and it has already piqued my interest a little bit before even you recommending it. So it was definitely going to be something that I would check out. I got to give it the classic 3-episode test. It's an old little belief that people made up like back in ye old 2012, and I kind of stick true to that. If it catches me in 3 episodes, we're going. We're going all gas, no brakes. If it can't catch me in 3 episodes, you know, I'd like to believe the 3-episode method is solid. It hasn't really done me wrong. Feeling forced to watch something poisons it, but you have noticed a ton of people needing a little push to actually give something that has caught their eye a chance. Oh yeah, no, of course. Because, you know, that's just like psychology at that point. People, if you're encouraging them to do something that they already have a little bit of interest in, then, you know, it's gonna help. That's just like, that's just how humans work, you know. So it's just, I just don't really have the time to. And I'm also not really willing to like part with the time right now at the moment for like any show, you know. It's nothing against Apothecary Diaries. It's just most of my time is most of my free time would be at night, and I'm using that for other stuff like gaming with my friends. So that's all. First 3 episodes or 1.5 hours is also your philosophy. It hasn't let me down since I adopted it in ye old 2012. It's a nice solid like viewing theory for anime. Okay, I need to bring some blues. Blue spy is in the base. Planning on playing Peak? You're planning on using... Oh yeah, that's right. There is a long weekend coming up. You're planning on using the long weekend to play Peak with a buddy of yours, expecting to have a good time. Peak is awesome. Peak is awesome. Played it with my... Yeah, I hope you have a good time. Played it with my friends plenty of times already. We actually played it the day it came out. We didn't even know it was gonna be a banger game. It was just like something that caught the eye of my friend. I guess my friend was looking for the newest friend slop on the market, and that one was recommended via Steam. Steam kind of hit the money. Steam kind of hit the frickin' jackpot on that one. Not gonna lie. Oh my god, he killed like 40 of them! Oh shoot! But yeah, Peak is gonna be great. I hope you have a blast. Let's see if you make it to the top of the mountain. I'm wishing you good luck. A for realsies good luck. As a for realsies good luck for you and your buddy. Let's see. I need to go get this. I need to go get this ship part. I only have 8 days left in the game. We actually are finishing the game today. Whether I want to or not, I'm finishing this video game. Because the game's time limit is just gonna make me finish it. Oh wait, we need these guys. We need these men. But yeah, real quick, you guys know the business. A little hashtag ad for myself. Today is Pikmin 1 day. This game is not chill, believe it or not. I might be talking and chilling, but it's a lie. I'm gonna be stressed out due to the time pretty soon here. There will not be a stream tomorrow, but on Friday we are playing UMA and Crow Country because the Air Groove Mayano event comes out on Friday, or it comes out on Thursday, but I'm not streaming on Thursday, so we will be live on Friday with more of the UMA Musume, and then we will transition into mostly horror game on Friday. But I'm playing at least an hour of UMA, and then probably like 2 hours, 2.5 of Crow Country. And we're gonna call that a nice stream for Friday. So be tuned, stay tuned, tune in if you will, some might say. And that's all I gotta really say. There's so many new games that interested me too that came out, but they're kind of just remasters. Like the Gears of War remaster came out. Let me tell you something. I was quite the Gears guy back in my day. I was quite the Gears of War head. I was never very good at Gears. Gears was the shooter that really, because Gears is not a shooter, bro. You just wall bounce. You schmoove on them, and then you get a nice one pump. Which is why I was never really good at Gears, but I still really liked Gears. Gears of War, oof. I was thinking about getting that remake, but... And then you know what? The Metal Gear Solid remake dropped yesterday. For Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I can't lie, it is talking to me. But... I don't know. There's too much good stuff right now. I might just need to hold off. And then, you know, there's still UMA as well. Where are you guys going? Go the other way. Thank you. You guys gotta make it there in time. Hurry! And then, you know, UMA and ZZZ taking $10 total from me every month. Honestly, it's more like 12 because UMA's is $7 daily carrot pack. So I don't know if I can really. I don't know if I can really justify. I don't know if I can really justify getting the Gears remake or the Metal Gear remake at the moment. Did you miss anything? No, we're just kind of talking about games still. What we usually do around here. You're doing a Chunthium set? What the hell is a Chunthium set? Is that a rhythm game? That sounds familiar. Windstorm, The Legend of Kimori is one of your hype picks for 2026. You hope it turns out great. What is that? What is that? Let me look that up. Windstorm, Legend of Kimori. Windstorm, Legend of Kimori. Kickstarter game, eh? Oh, this comes out in November of this year. It's your pick for 2026? Comes out pretty soon. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me read this description. No way. Actually, I'll put it up on screen. Let me see this. No freaking way, bro. Take on the role of a brave courier rider in Windstorm Legend of Kimori, Bond with your horse. Bond with your horse. And tame the open wilds of 13th century Mongolia. Breed and train horses with specialized abilities to explore every aspect of this diverse and fascinating landscape. Oh my god, we're all about horse games these days, aren't we? We are all about horse games these days, aren't we? Is that Kita-san Black? Alright, I'm just making jokes now. This looks good though. If this is your kind of vibe, like just super chill, like atmospheric type game, this would be pretty good. Oh, she's shooting. Wait a minute. She's shooting because you do have to protect your cargo, bro. You get robbed in 13th century Mongolia. Gotta watch out. Very nice. It was originally for Q1 for 2026. On Steam it at least says November. I don't know if Steam's gonna be like their primary release or like something like that, you know what I'm trying to say? But I don't know if I'm, yeah, but I think you know what I mean? Like it's I'm assuming, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but Steam at least says it, so I'm assuming that's what their real release is gonna be. You like open world delivery games, which is funny since you hate Death Stranding. Really? That's actually funny. There you go, though. That's that subjective opinion coming in right there. I like that. I like that. I have Death Stranding sitting around. I do want to give it a try. I do want to come back to it. I started playing Death Stranding at a bad time. I was really obsessed with I bought it for like a winter sale, I think, and I think Marvel had just come out or something like that, and me and my friends were all about this new shooter game, Marvel Rivals, so I didn't really give it the time of day. I want to go back to it though. Unfortunately, you're broke because you spent 150 on an Emiya Archer cosplay. So no new games for you. Emiya Archer. Emiya Archer. Type Moon? Fate? I don't know the Fate series at all. I know the Fate series has a lot of depth. So the way I feel about the Fate series is the way I feel about the One Piece. Is the way other people feel about One Piece. I've been watching One Piece for a long time, but I know that to get into One Piece, it's a goddamn journey. I feel like it's the same thing for Fate. It's just not a journey that... It's just it's intimidating. Intimidating. Because there's a lot to consume. And it's not exactly all intertwined linearly, from what I understand, right? Or is it? You tell me. I'm just making... I have to make assumptions because I don't know. But you tell me. Well, that is one of the things I need. Do I need to, like... Am I gonna die if I fall in here? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. I was like, what? Can I drain the water? I don't even know, man. That is something I need to get, though. Okay. You're that guy for One Piece? You're not making that journey? Yeah, I started with One Piece as a kid, so kind of just naturally happened for me. But yeah, I don't blame anybody. It is a lot to consume, and honestly, I was trying to think if you need to actually consume all of it. Probably don't, but most people hate watching a show and missing certain pieces. For me, I can kind of not watch all of it and be okay. I don't know, it's weird. It's like for certain things, not everything, but like it's kind of how I was with Naruto. I like Naruto and One Piece. They're kind of my childhood shows, so but with Naruto I like sorry, I'm trying to think about how many Pikmin I need at the same time while talking about this. I stopped watching it for a while because the English dub was behind the Japanese dub, and at the time, you know, this is like many years ago, it was I wasn't able to easily access the Japanese dub at the time, so it was like I had to just stop watching it based on lack of accessibility, right? So I ended up reading it, and I was obviously missing some parts, but I kind of eventually filled in the blanks like out of order, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. It's kind of something that I know most people are not okay with. I'm okay with like kind of filling in the middle part eventually over time. I didn't need to watch it in order to enjoy it. Is kind of how I am, so. So that's how I feel. That's why I feel like if I didn't start with One Piece as a kid, I probably could still get into One Piece, but obviously I have the advantage of like being there since like not day one, obviously, but I don't know, like early enough, you know. Your all-time favorite game that everybody rags you for is Kingdom Come Deliverance, generally like the sequel. Dude, Kingdom Come is cool because it has a lot of depth. People just don't appreciate the depth these days. That's all. They want like, and you know, it's not like I dislike linear games. I can enjoy a good linear game that tells me what to do and, you know, gives me a nice, very direct path to follow. But Kingdom Come is like that super freedom type game, like where you just have there's just a lot for you to do. It doesn't tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. And I like games like that. That being said, I don't have time to play a game like that. But I do like games like that. Don't get me wrong. You've heard of Death Stranding, but you don't know exactly what it is. Are you better off not knowing? No, it's a courier game. You deliver packages. You get jumped by various nefarious that's a bar, by the way. Hold on. That's a bar. By various nefarious things. You know, and to avoid spoilers, you know, there's creatures, and sometimes the true creature sometimes the true nefarious thing is other humans. It's other humans, you know, that come to try and steal your packages, so. I think I like the game, or I think I would like the game. I only played a few hours of it, but you know, I'd like to believe I would like the game. Oh yeah, I need to get the bombs. That's what I need. I need to grab these 4 bombs and break this door down. That's why this is taking forever. There we go. There we go. Now we have the bombs, so we can go bust this wall down. Break the walls down like Jericho. Break the walls down, Jericho. Yeah, you know. Oh, hell no. Oh, it's gonna take forever. It's pretty much non-linear. Hey, thank you for subbing on the YouTube. I don't know if you're in the stream or not, but I appreciate it. It's pretty much non-linear unless your only exposure to the franchise is Fate Go, which you won't ever touch. Shonen start grounded in a relatable world and killing God. Surprise, not the end. Check out the guy he called God next season. Yeah, predictable plots, they don't really bother me. It sounds like the way you typed that, like predictable plots kind of you don't like, but I'm okay with them. I'm not like a sucker for shonens, but I mean I grew up with shonens, so I don't necessarily dislike them. I'm not on the hunt for the next biggest shonen though. That's one thing that like is different with me. Like I know like most people love watching the next hype Demon Slayer or JJK, but I didn't like Demon Slayer, but I like JJK. But at this point, shonens are like vibes. You kind of just gotta like what they're about. Like I don't really like Demon Slayer's premise too much, but I love JJK's. So it's kind of like that's how I view shonens these days. People just like shonens based on like the vibe they give off rather than like plot or whatever. Funny story about Kingdom Come Deliverance. You went to Thames. What an autocorrect. GameStop? You went to GameStop to specifically buy their used copy. You argued with the cashier for 15 minutes, assuring him I was there to buy specifically that game. He was trying to stop me. He was trying to stop you from wasting all your money on a trash video game. Wait, that's crazy though. Why is the cashier? Okay. The only thing I'm gonna applaud the cashier for is he at least has passion. Okay. Now the rest of this, I'm not applauding him for. Why is he telling you what game to buy? What the hell, bro? You're not gonna tell me what game I want to buy. That being said, he was clearly passionate, and I do respect the passion. I can't deny that. What the hell? I can't believe he was trying that hard to make you not buy a game. That's kind of crazy. He actually must have really enjoyed his GameStop job. Dude, these guys are biting me. Stop. Oh, watch out. Bro, they're crowding around their Big Papa. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air. You's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. Oh! Dude! Oh God, he's getting free snacks! Oh my God, he's having a meal. Watch out! Dude, I need a bomb to open this, I need a bomb. I shoot. Oh, you can't break these in this game. Oh my God. That's so annoying. You can't break those in this game. Okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Sorry, I'm locked in right now, folks. kind of wondering why you went to the River Thames for a video game. That is a wild story. Oh, hello there. First time on Twitch. Lincoln. You were wondering if the game was set around the river and there was some sort of commemorative event? How do you heal? Oh, there we go. Heal me. I'm pretty much debating whether or not I should even give this disc to you. I can't in good conscience sell you this, man. Real quote, by the way. There you go. I gave him what I would believe to be an accurate voice for that guy. That cashier. You got 150 hours of enjoyment for $15. Got out like a bandit. They call him Manhattan Cafe. They call him Rice Shower. They call him Ogre Cap with that kind of bandit energy. Oh my goodness me. Now hell yeah, that's good though. That's what I'm saying, you know? So that's what I'm saying. People gotta have their own self-aware opinions. That's what I'm trying to get that. Some other person would have been like, oh wait, this game sucks, are you sure? They just listened to the GameStop guy and then they could have robbed themselves out of a good time. Is it the GameStop guy's fault? Maybe a little bit, but like I'm just saying, in this hypothetical, you just gotta know who you are. You just gotta know who you are and how you be. Don't hit him. Oh, you shoot. Watch out for the ball. Wait, we need to get him when he's. What? I thought you were supposed to get him when he's doing the suck. Oh, damn. There we go. Shoot me. Hey. Turn around. Oh my freaking god. There we go. Oh, I missed. Oh my god, I lost like 40 of them. Not 40, I'm exaggerating. Oh my god, I lost a good chunk though. Jesus me. I got ran over. Get him. Okay, we do need, oh, too expensive. I mean, too heavy. Damn it. Is this a shortcut? Oh, it's not a shortcut. Game has its issues. It's a little rough around the edges. Gotta give it that caveat before you recommend it to people. Do you? Do we really live in the world these days where people can't handle a few bugs or glitches? Unless that's not what you mean by issues. I like bugs and glitches. Obviously, like, not game-breaking bugs or glitches, but like funny bugs and glitches, I'm cool with. Like if you're telling me you're gonna corrupt my save if I do X, Y, or Z, then not those kind of bugs, but like, what issues do you kind of mean though? I should ask. I don't know. I just come from a different time with gaming, where it's just like you just bought the game, you dealt with whatever it gave you, and you made the most out of it. I don't really, I don't like super expert level refinement in games. I like when there's, dude, the GTA 4 swing set glitch is a great example. You know, in this day and age, they would have patched it out. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. That's a fun glitch. That's a fun little thing to have in your game that wasn't meant to be there. In this day and age, they would just be like, yeah, this was not intended. I'm taking my gaming super seriously as a developer. I'm gonna get rid of this. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. They do it all the time in games. It's actually really sad. That's kind of what I mean by issues, though. Not, yeah, I just need to know what you mean. Hello there, Bucket Squid. Is this my first time with the Pikmin series? Nah, I played Pikmin when I was really young. So, I'm just kind of casually just playing. It's been a long time. Just scrolling, honestly. Scrolling's not the right word, but... Okay, wait, hold on. I need to leave you guys to do that, and I need to go do something else. That stupid bug better not kill them all. Hold on, I'm running out of time. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, you guys are all... Oh, damn it. Okay, the next day. 2 hours later. Hold on, 2 hours later. 2 hours later, frickin' SpongeBob French narrator. Hold on. We'll do this tomorrow. We are slowly running out of days, but we'll do this tomorrow. A lot of people can't handle not being able to freely save their game. Most people lose their stuff if they get jumped. Most people lose their if they get jumped by a bandit and die in the woods after traveling for 2 hours. Really? I don't know, man. I guess I just don't really interact with the gaming community like that. I think that's lame as hell, bro. That's how I grew up, bro. That's how I grew up. Like, you forgot to save. It's your fault, bro. It's not the game's fault. It's not the game's fault. You gotta save your game. I think that's like a life-building lesson, honestly. I don't know, man. But then again, I am of the opinion that games are soft these days. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds like a crazy thing to say, but I just think, like, I don't think they need to hold your hand. I don't think games in general need to hold your hand. So, like, to me, it doesn't sound like an issue, not being able to save when you want to. But I guess. You can't save out in the wild. Going back to the inn, they slept at before they left town, that kind of stuff. No, yeah, I understand. You need to save at a save point, like Resident Evil, like at a typewriter, or in this case, at specific places they let you save at. I understand. I just don't see an issue with it. I get that it's a more old school type of thing, but I mean, I don't know. I just think that's like super, like, that's not an issue. Like, I think experiences like that build character, personally. You forgot to save, you just die somewhere, and then it sends you way back like a few hours. I don't really see an issue with that. I think that's just like, dude, now you learn to remember to save. You learned something. There's a lesson, you know? I get not everybody's looking for a lesson when it comes to playing video games, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't really see a problem. I just don't see a problem with it. Can't save out in the wild unless you use a consumable that can inflict you with drunkenness, and then you can run out of a consumable that allows you to save. I mean, yeah, but that's not exactly what we're talking about, you know? We're just talking about, like, the base mechanic. Like, the base mechanic of how saving works in that game is that you can't save unless you go to a certain spot. So, at least from what you're telling me, so. And most people won't discover said consumable until they've played for a little bit. Or they do the inevitable thing and Google. Because that's what people do these days. They just Google everything. And don't learn anything for themselves. Sorry. Sorry. I was getting a little riled up there. I was getting a little heated. It was bringing me back to the Uma Musume meta talk. I got flashbacks of it. But no, yeah, I understand. I just don't see how that's a issue. I just think that's like soft gaming. Not that the game itself is soft, but like that's also like, you know how like there's like a lot of games these days that are like, I mean, people will call it quality of life, but like, I don't know. I just come from a different time, and I accept that like I'm the old man on the block, bro. I'm okay with being like the old man at the top of the hill. You know, I don't get in nobody's way. I got the way I do things. They just let me do the way I do type thing. So it's just like, to me, hearing that is like lame. Like the general public's really gonna complain because you can't save whenever you want. Like, just sounds kind of lame to me. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just like my opinion, you know? No age number shall be given. I'm sorry. You can, but I will give you general ideas. My first console ever was the N64. So, I've been around the block. I grew up with the dawn of YouTube. I grew up with the Ryan Higa. I grew up with the Fred. I grew up with Machinima. Machinima, I experienced YouTube at its purest form. So that's, no actual numbers shall be dropped, but that's just to give you the general range of that you can assume. Otherwise, I'm the 47th Senjo, but it's not age. You can be a Senjo as early as 1, honestly. Senjo 1 did exist. It's merely a title that is passed along. Anybody can be Senjo. You just need to have the right qualities. Sorry. There's your lore drop for you, bro. There's my VTuber lore for you. That's not what you're looking for. I had to do it, though. I had to do it. Blockbuster was a thing until you were in high school? Yeah. Same. Same. I still have a Blockbuster game in my storage. It is Borderlands 1. I never returned it. Didn't have to. Luckily, did not have to. And it is basically, that is the only reason I have ever played Borderlands, is because I got it from Blockbuster. Adius? Hello there. I recognize you. You miss Blockbuster? People miss robbing Blockbuster. I don't think anyone actually misses Blockbuster. Not to be negative. But Blockbuster clearly went down because of the people that would subscribe. That would be their customer base. I did return my Blockbuster games, by the way. I did return them, to be fair, and to set the record straight. But I'm just saying, by the time Borderlands came out, Blockbuster died. Okay? And it just ended up never being returned because they closed. What can I say? What can I say? Let me just set the record straight. Oh yeah, sorry, also, I didn't look, but thanks Lincoln for following on Twitch. My bad. I was in the middle of probably a patented Senjo rant. And if you choose to stick around for many more Senjo streams, that is a common thing that happens here. It's just part of the Senjo experience. You're either with it, you're either about it or you're not. But yeah, I do appreciate you following. But yeah, Blockbuster was sick. It was a different time. It was a different time. You know, I grew up with Halo 3 as my first multiplayer game ever, essentially. It was fun. It was awesome. And, you know, the single-player games of the time were brutal. Nothing like the single-player games of today, bro. They gave you no hand-holding. I'm not going to say zero hand-holding. But, you know, it was just different. Like, people... This is going to sound rude, and I don't mean it rude, but... Games kind of expected you to have more common sense back in the day. So it's like... They didn't have to hold your hand, you know? At least that's how I feel. But maybe my perception is twisted. Maybe my perception is not... Maybe my memory is not as good as I would like to think it is. But I just feel like it was... I just feel like games of the past were just like way more difficult. Not necessarily because of difficulty, but because like... You kind of just needed to figure things out on your own, and it wasn't necessarily that hard to do so. I think people just, like, see a ping marker nowadays. They see an objective marker, and they... that's it, you know? People just follow an objective marker. But it's not really their fault. Like, every game does it now, so it's like... No one knows anything different. No one knows anything different, where it's like... Yeah. Dude, like, I remember playing the first Dark Souls when it came out. Like, it was the first time, you know, this was before Souls-likes were even a thing, because it was the very first Dark Souls, you know? And that game's so non-linear that you just went. You could end up in a level... Essentially, you can end up in a level 50 zone and get owned. But, like, that's good memories, bro. To me, that's good memories. I don't know. Some people will get really upset about it and, like, make a really sternly written Steam review these days about something like that. And it's just like, I don't know. To me, that's like, okay, now I know I'm really not supposed to go there. Like, that's like a character building moment, honestly. So it's like, all right, I'm being dramatic, but you know what I mean. It's just like, I don't see an issue with that, personally. So it's just like, I don't know. I think it's solid, bro. But you know, it is just my opinion. I thought I had bombs over there too, so this kind of sucks. I can't get these treasure pieces out without getting some bombs. There's bombs over here, but it's gonna take too long. Those bugs destroyed my bridge. Ugh, damn it. I'm gonna die in this game, by the way. I'm gonna run out of time and not get all the parts. You don't need every part. You just need certain parts, but it is taking me forever to get these parts. Is there any more bombs anywhere? I don't even know. I'm gonna do some scouting. I need to bring some scouts with me, actually. I gotta bring my scouts with me is what I need to do. You were too zoomer to remember Blockbuster? You vaguely remember some of the stores, but you never went into one? It was fun. It was... People romanticize it for sure, where it's like they say, oh, it was a magical experience, like in TikToks or various like shorts like that. But it was cool because it had everything. It had games, it had movies. It essentially was like the, you know, like the Walmart section that has all the games and movies, but instead it was one big store. So it was definitely full. It was definitely cool. It was cooler at the time too because, like, you know, we didn't have everything at the palm of our hands, you know, like movies wise, like nothing, you know, you couldn't watch. We didn't have smartphones. You didn't have a smartphone. Now I'm really old man on hill. Now I'm the freaking old man from Up right now. That's what I'm sounding like. But you know, so it was really magical because like everything was essentially in one place. So it was a good time. Playing God of War, you just wanted Atreus? Oh yeah, sorry, his name's Atreus. Atreus, shut the hell up. Let me figure it out. You're a massive Metroid fan, and at least those games let you figure it out. I'm all about that. Like I don't love the ping system. I've come to accept it, you know, where it's like objective diamond here, you know. I've come to accept it, and like it's just a part of the modern day of gaming, but and you know, unfortunately, because modern games is what I generally play these days, I feel like it's dulled my common sense a little bit, which is really unfortunate. Like, I honestly feel like I was smarter back then playing certain games than I am playing games now. So it's just like, that's one negative for me personally, but you know, it is what it is. I appreciate the old times, but I mean, I get it. We're in the new era, and games, I guess, games have dropped expecting you to have common sense to just like focus more on being fun, which I can't really hate on, you know. As long as the games are still fun and enjoyable, that's fine. I will say people were more creative back then though. If you really think about it, there was, it's kind of crazy to think about it like this, but like people say back in the day that there was a lot more creativity in games because there was a lot more like, the best example I can give to you guys is like Abe's Odyssey. Do you guys know the Odyssey series? Like Munch's Odyssey, Abe's Odyssey. You're like this like alien. It was such a unique thing. You're just like this alien guy who's freaking, you're trying to escape the corporate factory, and it's like a whole like analogy on like corporate stuff and blah blah blah. It was a platformer. You know, at the essence, the game was a platformer, and it was such a unique world. And we don't really see unique worlds like games anymore. Like look at Pikmin. Pikmin's so freaking unique. You don't really see that kind of creativity anymore. And it was like the golden age of gaming because like there was a lot more indie developers than I realized, is how I like to see it. Like whoever made Pikmin, they were licensed by Nintendo, but they're an indie dev, you know? Nowadays Pikmin is automatically attached to Nintendo, But if you really think about it, like, hold on, can I see it? I think I can see it if I go to the title screen, right? Whoever actually developed Pikmin. There was a ton of those people back in the day, bro. I'm serious. That's why we had so much different, unique games. Because, like, the people that made GTA, that's not Rockstar. They used to be called something else. And then they eventually got bought by Rockstar, so then they took Rockstar's name and, you know, blah, 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 this and that. But, like, you know, there was so much more creativity back in the day. And that's not because the indie devs didn't exist, you know. The indie devs were still there back in the day. It's just that nowadays everybody gets hired by the big corpo, like Rockstar, Nintendo. And you know, it has become a little bit less... I don't think they encourage as much creativity as they used to too. But it was different too, because by gaming being niche, it didn't have to uphold to certain standards. Because gaming back then, I don't know if you guys remember this, but you were called a nerd for playing games. People bullied you because you played games. Now, we don't live in that day and age anymore, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You couldn't say you liked anime or video games and not be hanging out with the nerds. You had to be hanging out with the nerds. So I'm just saying, you know, nowadays gaming is trying to appeal to a wider audience, and it was a lot more viable to be niche because everyone knew who was buying their games. It was like people who were willing to accept more creative concepts. So that's why I think that gaming has overall become more boring, just a little bit more boring. You know, there's still definitely gems out there, don't get me wrong. There's still definitely gems out there, but it's become in general more boring because it's appealing to a wider audience. Whereas back in the day, you were only really appealing to the nerds. And there was a lot of nerds, but I'm just saying, they were not the majority. The nerds were not the majority. The nerds slowly took over, as it should be. As it should be. People started realizing, you know what? I gotta stop being so goddamn prejudiced. And they tried out a few games or two. I'm just saying. The average young person today would be satisfied if the game played itself. Pretty true. They'd rather be spoiled and not miss anything than enjoy the adventure of what they can find on their own. Yeah, I tend to agree with that statement, honestly. I do. Coming from shooters and Souls-likes, have you ever played Remnant from the Ashes? You highly recommend that game. I have. I have played the first Remnant. I haven't played the second one because kind of came out at a bad time for me. Like in terms of purchasing, there was some other games that I decided to purchase over it. But I have played the first one. The first one's awesome. I think it's devs more afraid to take chances. There's so much more money on the line that they can't afford a flop. I hear that. That kind of can circulate back to the last point I was making. You know, how it's appealing to wider audiences, and essentially like you can't make a goofy game anymore. You make a game like Pikmin these days, and you're not licensed to Nintendo, people are gonna look at you funny. It's kind of sad, but it's true. It's kind of sad. You have to relegate yourself to indie game status if you make like a wacky game like this. That's why you don't see like the main companies do it. And you know what's funny? What's that one game that came out? Astrobot, the one that Sony made or Sony licensed. I don't know if they made it. I don't, you know. I'm gonna be clear. I'm gonna be pretty cookie cutter here, but people freaking loved Astrobot. It was goofy as hell. There's clearly a market for the goofy stuff. It's just people are afraid to make the goofy stuff. So it's like really sad. I love like creative worlds and like stuff that doesn't necessarily... I love nonsensical stuff. Like Pikmin doesn't make sense. People try to make Pikmin make sense. That's why you see video essays about the theories of the Pikmin world. But it really doesn't make sense. You know? So it's like... I like stuff like that. I love the whimsy. I need more whimsy, bro. We're severely lacking in whimsy in life these days. Everybody just wants to be cool. Where's my freaking whimsy, man? Where's my nonsensical, whimsical moments? Just for the sake of being whimsy. When you were in high school and you were introduced to anime, you were watching fan-subbed episodes at a friend's house. Now it's pop culture and cookie cutter. Before everything you could get your hands on was great because fans had to take the effort to sub it for English viewers. Now you have access to everything, including the flotsam. I don't actually really know what the word flotsam means. Does that mean just like the whole shebang? People or things that have been rejected and are regarded as worthless. I see. Thank you, Google. I don't appreciate Google too often, but that is one moment that I do. It's a great usage of the dictionary. Now it's pop culture and cookie cutter. Do you mean that it's just like commonplace? Is that what you're trying to say? Because, yeah, we're in agreement with that. Because, like, back in the day, bro. I mean, I said it before. I'll say it again. You used to get absolutely looked at. And they would look at you weird. They look at you funny for even enjoying... As crazy it is for even enjoying games. And then if you even mentioned the word anime... You basically just subjugated yourself to either potential bullying or just, like... They would just never want to talk to you. So it's just like, it was just a different time, man. But I'm happy to say, like, around the time that like belief was already starting to fade away. Around my era, so. Wait, drop the bomb. I dropped the bomb on me. Yeah, yeah. You dropped the bomb. Actually, hold on. Throw these bombs at these fools right here. Throw it. Oh, god damn it. Throw it. Oh! Now you can just mention League of Legends and clear out a whole room. It's so true, right? It's so true. I'm happy. I'm over. No, don't get me wrong. I don't look at everything in a negative sense. Honestly, I try to avoid. It's just unfortunate because the topics we've been talking about are mostly. They have a mostly negative context and a little bit of a negative air, but overall, like, you know, gaming being more popular is good. It being more widely accepted and stuff is good. It's just there's always consequences. I don't truly believe in a 0% and 100%. So in this case, I don't believe that there's always going to be 100% positive in everything. And I don't believe there's 0% positive either, you know. There's always going to be a few consequences that happens from certain things, and you know, one of the consequences with gaming and anime getting more popular is that it's lost a little bit of its I like to call it whimsy, you know. Six-tailed Fox likes to call it more creativity because he's saying, you know, you're saying it's meant to be consumed by the masses as opposed to aspiring to be art. So, you know, if it was trying to be art, it would essentially also be more creative at the same time. But to me, it's just lost a lot of its whimsy, you know? They just try to be cool, like I mentioned earlier, instead of trying to be unique. So... I think it was Iron Man in 2008 where that switch flipped, where nerd stuff became cool. You think so? I could see it. I could see live action Marvel causing that boom. I wouldn't really know where I could say the origin started. All of a sudden it just kind of happened, you know. I can't really pinpoint an origin myself that I can think of, but that sounds like a good theory with Iron Man. I wouldn't hate that, or I wouldn't argue. I would say it's a good starting point. Yeah, I wouldn't argue it myself personally. Honestly, you do hate the aura farming shows? Oh, tell me about it. My personal issue with the aura farming shows is they all look the same. My friend, who recently got into anime, we've been best friends since we were super young, and you know, I'm never gonna dislike him, but he's all about that aura farming stuff, and I just think that stuff is soulless as hell, bro. I think that stuff is so freaking soulless. Because he actually showed me, so he likes JJK, and I like JJK, so we relate with it. Jujutsu Kaisen, if you guys don't know the acronym, but so he showed me this Chinese manhwa anime, and I looked at the animation and I'm like, bro, this looks exactly like JJK. I don't fault him for it. People naturally tend to, you know, they tend to look for stuff they like. That's not uncommon to anybody. That's what everybody does, right? If you like space stuff, you look for Interstellar, you look for Halo, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, like, the reason I bring him up is that, like, it really does look all the same. And, like, as somebody who doesn't like the aura farming stuff, it's just like, I mean, good for him, bro. He's got a lot to consume. Seriously. He is eating. He's feasting. He's feasting. Me, I'm kind of dry out here. I'm kind of dry out here when it comes to, like, you know, those quality shows I'm looking for. But good for him. He's eating good. It's just that, like, there's just so much aura farming shows that I can't. I'm just not. I've never really been about that. The good thing is, too, Naruto and One Piece didn't used to do that. One Piece does it a little bit more now because it's still an active show, but let me just say this right now. I'm defending my boy Naruto. He was one of my childhood favorites. I gotta do it. They ended Naruto before the aura farming started. I'm just saying. I'm making it as clear cut as possible that Naruto is not aura farming slop. And anybody that says otherwise is wrong. I'm defending this one. With religious bias, bro. How do I get this stupid part, by the way? Hold on. This is gonna bother me. I'm at day 25. I'm running out of days. Olimar's gonna die here, bro. He has 5 days of oxygen left. Or, I'm sorry. He doesn't breathe oxygen. He has 5 days of whatever left. We're gonna die here, bro. Oh my god. Wait, am I supposed to be able to get in there? Oh, that's only if I fall in there. Okay. How do I... Can I... Okay. You guys wait here. Actually, don't wait here. Go up here. Base take? I don't know about all that. We'll see. Sword Art Online was the beginning of the end for anime as a medium? Definitely not. Definitely not. That's hater energy. You just said you found something modern that you like. Apothecary Diaries. Come on now. Eating at the slop buffet. Hey, as long as you're eating. Oh my god, I almost skipped a day. Hold on, that was close. I don't know where to go, man. Oh my god. Alright, let's just go explore. Yellow Pikmin to me. You can count on one hand the amount of anime you've watched. What is aura farming? You think you're showing your old man side now? Aura farming is essentially so... the animation's like super overdone. And it's just very visually stimulating. But it doesn't really have depth. It's very nice to see and very nice to look at, but essentially all you're getting is like a pretty light show. And it basically, for some people, it can tickle the dopamine. I'm not immune to it. There are some shows that I quite enjoy, like nice visuals and stuff like that. And like, I like JJK, you know, JJK would be considered one of the, JJK would be considered one of the more recent aura farming shows. But I don't like it for that reason. I like it for other reasons beyond, like, the simple visuals. Like, I like the characters. I'm a big sucker for characters, dude. Like, I like Yuji as a character, as a main character. I like Gojo. I like frickin', what's his name? I like Megumi, or, I like Megumi, so it's like, I like the characters in the show, so... For me, it goes a little bit beyond aura farming, but for a lot of people just like the raw visuals. So that's kind of what aura farming is, where it's just like pure visual stimulation and essentially no substance beyond that. Not every show that does aura farming is that. Like, not every show that has aura farming has zero substance. But there are shows that are purely animation and they don't try to do anything more than that. Is essentially what aura farming is. As basic as I can put it, because I think simple is better. Keep it simple, stupid. As I always say to myself. I try to keep it simple, but then I go on a rant for like 30 minutes. Which means I clearly can't keep it simple, but I try my best. Watch out! That guy just got three-pointered in the water. He's dead. Oh, he's dead too. Oh my god. They're all dead. Oh, this is all water, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna freak out. You mean as a whole, it's getting more difficult to find the gems these days? Maybe for your specific taste. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of stuff ends up on my list. I just don't end up biting the bullet, you know? So it's like... But again, that's just a taste, right? Maybe my tastes are not as strict as yours. I just don't think it's that... I don't think it's that hard, if I'm being honest. I think the gems are still there. They're just not the popular, you know? Like, they're not what the people are going to be talking about is all. I think there's plenty of gems still. And unfortunately, naturally, they get a lot less like support, like funding and stuff, because, you know, they're not the shonens, they're not the blah blah blah, XYZ equation, instant equation to get instant money type thing. But like, I think Freeren's a good example of something that's still a really good gem that garnered a little bit more popularity than the normal like show of that type would be. Because it doesn't really have, like, hype moments and stuff like that. It's got its action, but it's not action-focused, you know? It's very character-focused, which is why I like Frieren a lot. You were told that aura farming had more to do with characters who go out of their way to impress strategically to maximize the amount of social aura they gain. But my definition makes more sense. Yeah, it's just like Dude, I don't even remember what I said. I've been talking nonstop. But I think I said something more along the lines of like, it's just visually cool. And it's just visually stimulating to look at them. Or to watch them do whatever they're doing. Whether he's just standing there or he has like a lightning aura around him or, you know, like a literal aura. Or whatever. That's kind of what horror farming is to me. Well, it helped that Freerun was memeable, Fox. People underestimate the power of like a really overplayed joke. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen Freerun. It wasn't even a joke in the show itself. They just made it a joke. I'm trying to not say exactly what it is to avoid spoilers, because I hate spoiling stuff for people, but essentially Freerun has a very commonly played meme relating to Freerun, and when people can, the only time people can get together on something is when they're making a joke, and in my opinion, so Freerun just has this like one joke that happens in the show, and then it's not even really supposed to be a funny moment. It's supposed to be a cool moment in the show, but then people turned it into, you know, people will turn anything into whatever they want. So it's just like they turned it into a joke, and then that helped Freerun's popularity a lot. Because then people realized how good the show is just on its own merit from the joke. And that's why I always say I don't care how people get into anything. Like with me and Uma Musume, I got into horse racing, or I would like to think I'm 1 foot in the door to getting into horse racing because of Uma Musume. Some people might look at me and call me an outsider and call me like, I'm not gonna do that, bro. You got into something that I like in this manner, I'm happy. I'm not gonna gatekeep you. Why would I do that? Why would I hurt the popularity of something that I like? Get into it however you want. You got into Freerun off of one meme? I'm down, bro. I don't care. You're supporting one of my favorite shows. Like, that's kind of my approach. So it's just like, I know some people though, they'd just be like, oh, you got into the show like that? Disgusting. Like, that's the kind of attitude they have. That's the kind of attitude they have, which is so stupid to me. There are some, how can you gatekeep? Like, I don't understand. How can you do it? It's like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Was that one left behind? Sorry, Moonies. That was the brave soldier that got eaten by a bunch of bugs. Yeah, it seems like they cut him into pieces, not to make it too morbid. But hello there. How's it going? You grew up with the greats? Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun. Nah, I hear you. I did not grow up with those. So, they haven't entered the greats list for me, but I can appreciate that I can appreciate your passion for them. Oh my god, sorry. Remember how I said I bought a horse called Indigestion? That was him, that was not me. I would never burp on stream. Wrong, incorrect. Just wait for the horse Indigestion to make its debut in like 2 years, that's all. He's still really young. My nose is itchy. One second. Shoot, I might have to end stream abruptly. I'm sorry about this, guys. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta deal with something. You're genuinely shocked by how popular Freeman was, not because you liked it, but you thought the average person... Oh yeah, we already touched on that a little bit. Okay. Okay. Let's do one last thing, and unfortunately, guys, sorry I could not stream as long as I kind of wanted to, but something has come up, and I have to kind of end a little sooner than I thought I would have to. But to kind of wrap things up, yeah. I don't even remember where we all started with this. That's the basis of a rant, though, isn't it? A rant is where you just go crazy. You don't even know how you got here. And hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully you get some nice, constructive conversation out of it. But honestly, it all started from games. Now that it's all coming back to me. And you know, it kind of started because of Pikmin, if we really think about it. Not that it's Pikmin's fault, but it's an old game, and we started talking about old games, and then we started talking about old anime, and then we started talking about how old we all are, because everybody here must be an old fogey if they're dropping lore from their past. Everybody here must be an old frickin' fogey, bro. The amount of people that here said that knew what Blockbuster was told me everything I needed to know. Is this literally where's the last dungeon? There's at least one more dungeon, right? Am I missing something? Or is this it? Is this really the end of the game? I guess it is. Where's the epic final boss? I mean, I have a lot of pieces still, but there's no dungeon here, like, at all? I could have sworn every level has a dungeon. Oh, whatever. I guess not. Okay. Maybe I'm remembering Pikmin 2. I played a lot more Pikmin 2 than when I was younger instead of Pikmin 1. Because Pikmin 2, you know, didn't have the time thing, so you were actually allowed to, like, play Pikmin forever. So this one is like, I know a little bit less about this one. It's the friends we made along the way. You're not old, but you're not as young as you once was. That's alright. I'm not obsessed, or I'm personally the type of person that it doesn't really matter how old you are. I don't think anyone obviously wants to go old, but I've always been of an older mentality where it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. I'm lacking in eloquence for this one, but your age don't matter, bro. You guys are all good. You're good in my books. As long as you guys are nice and chill to talk to, and you develop a lot of Senjo credit, I'm happy. Pikmin 1's time thing stressed you out so bad as a kid? Yeah, this is stressing me out right now because I haven't been locked in. I've been chit-chatting with everybody, which is okay. I'm just a little more stressed about it than I usually would be because I'm struggling to figure out how to get these certain parts. Do I really have to take like 10 yellows across a dangerous bridge? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost in the sauce right now. And I don't know how to get this. I don't know how to get this thing. I have 4 days left. One last session of Pikmin left. The yellows don't make it that high. How do I get that? Wait. Am I a freaking doofus? Hold on. Stay here. Hold on. I might just be a doofus. Oh my god, wait, no. Okay, no, it's not the water. How do I get that? This bridge, this branch doesn't extend far enough. I already tried that. And the yellows don't go that high. Oh. Unless I need to go higher. Can we get much higher? Real quick, guys. You know how it always is. I am not streaming tomorrow, but I am streaming on Friday. It's not listed here on the quick little preview here, but I did mention it on the posts page. I will be live on Friday for Horror Game Fridays, but before that, we will be doing an hour of UMA. An hour of UMA to start, because I want to play the Air Groove story event. I want to watch the cutscenes. I think that'd be nice entertainment. And then maybe I do a career. Maybe. Maybe I do a career. I might not. A career does take a long time. But maybe if we like super sweaty hit skip on everything, it's just to get the career done. Maybe that's good enough. But that is what's happening on. That is what's happening on Friday. So if you are down for some horror, if you're down for some, I don't think this game's gonna be super duper scary. I think it's gonna be like sort of like Silent Hill-esque, but it's a game that's been on my radar for a while, so I finally picked it up. Pro Country, and if you're down for some horror, you're down for a little bit of UMA at the beginning. Be there, be square. If you're not, then I mean it's business. It truly is. You guys gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't got time, you don't got time. What else can I say? Do I have to? Oh my god! No way. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Hold on, wait. I just need like a small battalion up there real quick. Alright, the rest of you guys stay here. Get him, Olimar. Get him. Look at him. Dude, Olimar back in the day? Oh my god. Nintendo just knew what they were doing. Nintendo just knew how to make... Oh my frickin' god. Okay, I only need 10. Oh. Damn it. Get over here. Stay there. Riza? Message retracted. Are you trying to hide something? Okay, nice. It wasn't that. No, no, no! Oh, it fell! Oh my god, saved. My UV lamp. Let's freaking go, dude. Climb the branch. I need to get out of here. Actually, need to go soon. What is it? Okay, yeah. I need to get ready, guys. Sorry. Sorry about the... I wanted to go a little longer, but something came up. And you know what I say around here. It's kind of just business. Get him, Pikmin. I almost have all my parts. The next time we play Pikmin will be the last. And then we move on to Pikmin 2. The real fun Pikmin. The best Pikmin of all time. My humble opinion. Sorry. Plucking Pikmin is really fun. Okay, but yeah, guys, that unfortunately is going to be the end. I don't really even have time to finish the level, but I'll save it off stream. But like I mentioned, guys, this is the schedule for the week. I'm really sorry about the abrupt ending, but just something came up today and I wasn't really expecting it. And luckily I even had time to like kind of do this end part and not just like super abruptly end it. But yeah, guys, I'm grateful to you guys all for watching, whether you're watching for a short time, a long time, lurking, chatting. I know we're mostly coming here from Uma, and obviously I'm not expecting to get the same, you know, reception on these streams as I am like Uma streams, but it's business, you know. It's just the way of the world. People are gonna watch what they want to watch, but I am glad that you guys are sticking around. I will see you guys on Friday if you're interested, or if you can make it. Have a good rest of your guys' morning, afternoon, evening. You know, thanks for watching for a short time, long time, lurking, chat, and all that hubbub. I will see you guys next time. Sorry for the abrupt ending once again. Peace out. Have a good rest of you guys' day.